incredible is that not every part that actually goes through the eye is guaranteed that respite.
Oh, really?
In the center of the eye. If you're to the north, that's like Sarasota County, you may go into the northern part of the eye, and as the storm moves more to the north and east, you might just stay in that northwesterly and then western side of that eye wall, remaining in the eye wall the entire time. The actual center of that eye goes off to your east, and you miss it.
Okay.
So you could spend an extended period of time. Englewood's going to be very close to this. Englewood may not be guaranteed to actually see the eye move overhead, so they may just go through an hour or maybe longer of these types of conditions.
Stuck in the worst of the conditions.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
wow.
We'll have to check that radar. In fact, I might go over.
Okay. So again, as I look at Englewood, South Venice area, there blowing winds, power lines debris down in the street there. And again, I think the fact that we have these live pictures in some of these cases is incredible.
And Josh, some folks ask, I don't understand why. Why did someone come and offer a helping hand? This
for those who choose to ride out.
Right,
well, this is to tell you to get out of the way.
The experts, if you will, the people who do this every single day in terms of being trained to save lives, they can't risk their own to get out in the midst of something like this. Again, a live look there. Englewood, courtesy of Severe Studios, as we Hurricane Ian.
It's interesting right now, just looking at the radar off camera, Englewood actually has wind speeds coming in out of the east. So closer to the beach there, it's blowing the water away. That's why you don't see water on the road there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're in that eye wall. The center of the eye is just to the south and east of Englewood right now. So you have the counterclockwise motion around that eye. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be stuck in the eye wall for probably, like I said, an hour or so, and more of this damage is likely going to continue to happen. The storm is moving around 10 miles per hour, but moving to the north and east. So more of a prolonged impact on the eye wall of the storm. If we could we switch over to Weather 1? I do want to show what we're generally talking about here. Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins has plotted some of the radar estimated wind speeds here, and you see the red is the wind that's blowing away from the radar side, the Ruskin just to the north, way up here. And so you have the wind blowing this way, and then just on the other side of the eye, the wind this way. Now, the wind speeds are much, much stronger at the surface from what, we're showing you here. This is all just radar estimated. So here's Captiva, you see it barely right there. There's Sanibel. Englewood, Bobby, are you going to zoom into Englewood real quick? Just right up here, yeah. That right there, and that's the eye. So as we switch over to the reflectivity, you can see. So there's the eye right there. There's our eye wall, and so it's slowly pushing in that direction. Let's go to Manatee County leaders speaking about conditions in Manatee County right now.
With a fire truck, bulldozer, bus, and EMS unit are staged at strategic locations around the county so that once the winds subside, they can make initial assessments, rescues if necessary, and then aid in our recovery efforts. Power outages. As of 2 p.m., Florida Power and Light is reporting 25,000 power outages with 400 restored. In utilities, 15% of the stations in the county don't have power. Lift stations are what lift solid waste out of your sewer system and move it away. So when those lift stations are down, we can't move stuff away. So be sure you judiciously use the flushing mechanism when it's absolutely necessary. That will buy you some additional time. Keep in mind that our staff are in lockdown too. They're sheltering in safe places, so they are not getting out to address these issues when they arise. They will when it is safe to leave. Also notify you that it is safe to leave. As we begin to prepare what happens after the storm, we want to remind all of our residents and visitors, when it's time to leave, turn around, don't drown. When you come upon standing water, do not drive through it unless you are absolutely certain of the depth. You're certain that a large pothole or sinkhole didn't get created underneath it. Best thing to do is detour around or turn around standing water in the road. Watch for down power lines. We have a number of down power lines ready, and keep in mind, we are just dealing with tropical storm winds. We haven't even begun to get Category 4 hurricane winds. That is yet to come. There are traffic signals dangling. We can see that on our traffic cameras. There are down power lines. We have power in a number of county facilities, like the lift stations that is out. So you are going to wake up tomorrow to a very different landscape. Those of you that have generators, be sure those generators are being operated outside of your home where there is fresh air to exchange, and they are not near any kind of air intake coming into your house. Don't lift up your garage door and put your generator out in your garage. That will not get rid of all the carbon monoxide. Generators should only be run outside, away from any possibility of those fumes getting into your home. Do not venture out until the public officials notify you that it is safe to leave your home. The eye of this hurricane is quite large. There will be many areas underneath the eye where you think the sun has come out and it's time to play. The sun will only be for a brief period of time, and it's going to be surrounded by an eye wall that is going to pass through a second time. So please, until we notify you or public officials in the county where you reside notify you that it's safe to leave your shelter or your home, do not stay in your home. Don't be a disaster tourist. Don't be a disaster tourist. There will be much work that must be done after the winds leave and we're able to get out and do our assessments. What will slow our F down is if everybody gets on the road, drives around to look for yourself about what damage has been done. That is a disaster tourist. Don't get out, ride your bike around and see what's going on, or your cars. Take care of whatever necessary that you need to take care of, and allow us as much freedom on the roads and like to get the work done that we need to do to get our community back to where it was before the storm. You are putting yourself in harm's way if you venture out for the purposes of gawking at the damage. You know, we're all going to be curious. But you've got great news coverage, you've got social media, you don't necessarily have to go out and see it for yourself. Now, if you want to stand in your own front yard and you don't have any down power line, don't have any down trees, you don't have a lot of standing water, that's fine. But please allow us to get in and do the work that needs to be done to make it safe for you, your neighbors, and your children to be back outside in our beautiful environment. Speaking of real helpers, I have sent a note to all Manatee County employees to be ready to deploy for rescue and recovery work as soon as it is safe to do so. All county employees. Not just those ones that may be assigned to the EOC or those that have utility jobs, but I have asked every single employee, and we're 2,000 plus, to be ready and available as soon as the winds subside so that we can deploy every person in Manatee County government that is able, physically able, to contribute to the recovery effort, to be available sometime around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Utilities, you're going to notice that there's a degradation in utilities. As I mentioned, the lift stations are out. We have potable water lines that are out as well. Hopefully you followed the guidance that we put out every year before hurricane season to have water stored and ready to drink. If you doubt at all the water that is coming out of your faucet, if it doesn't look right, it doesn't smell right, don't drink it. Drink the bottled water that you save for these efforts. There are going to be disruptions in your life. It's an act of God, and we're going to get to work as soon as possible to recover and restore those systems. Chief, would you like to add anything?
Thank you, Dr. Hoax. Just a couple comments. You mentioned about Florida Power and Light. Peace River is reporting about 10,000 outages, and those are mostly East and North counties, so they also have outages. One thing I want to remind everybody, as long as you have power, plug in your cell phone, plug in your laptop, get a power to that device. Because you lose electricity doesn't mean the cell tower hasn't. So those devices, charge them up. If you have rechargeable flashlights, keep those charged at this time. But again, listen to us when it's safe to return. We don't want anyone injured or die right after the storm. Statistics show more people die after the storm than the storm. But please take our heed, be safe. Thank you, Dr. Oaks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Oaks, can you kind of talk a little bit more about the staff that you've asked to volunteer for rescue efforts?
So, any number of things. There are, first of all, communications. Taking those 311 calls. You can imagine the exponential in calls we're going to have to deal with. And so we can utilize the police for that. Assisting with debris pickup and really just rolling up our shirt sleeves and getting out there and getting to work and doing the work that matters for all of the residents in Manatee County. We're all going to have to pitch in together, and I will ask Community and Veteran Services to be prepared to take volunteers from the general community who want to come together in an organized fashion to assist with this, because we're going to have everything from just basic cleanup, debris that will need to be picked up. We engaged 4 contractors before the storm to be available to begin that cleanup effort, and so we didn't risk just contracting with one. We contracted with 4 companies to get in and help clean things up. But as we move forward through the week, we will be working in an organized fashion to deploy employees where the need is greatest, and to organize a process whereby members of the community who have some time and would like to assist in the recovery effort can work through the county to do so.
Where would those people go that want to get involved and help?
I'll get with the Director of Community and Veteran Services to come up with a mechanism to get people to register and where to meet. It's going to take us a few days to get organized, but based on these early reports of the damage that's already being done with just a tropical storm, winds, and keep in mind, we haven't gotten the water.
Everyone, welcome in. Thank you, and I appreciate this. Up as much information as I can. Come in, Lynette, Mike Smith, David Skywatch, King Blue Toe. How you doing? Okay, it's good to see y'all. I appreciate it. 23 KC. Yeah, this is intense. This storm is hitting Florida as we speak. Dustin Johnson, I'm not from there, but those that are there, then hope you stay safe. Thank you. David Skywatch is there. 7 Spalding is in the house, or was. I hate to lose anybody. If you can, please share the stream. Let me see this. I was watching something earlier. NBC News live coverage of this storm. I play a little bit of everything I can if they don't cut me off. Yeah, this is intense, y'all. Very intense. I want everyone to be in the know and know where the storm is approaching, where the storm is hitting. I won't do all the talking. I'll go through. I'll be playing different things. I'm not going to talk the whole time, y'all.
But our promise is that as soon as those winds do drop, we are coming back out in full force as quickly as we can.
All right, Mr. Lamb, we know you've got a lot to tend to. Thank you for taking a few minutes for us. We do appreciate it. I want to go now to Charlie Justice, County Commissioner of Pinellas County. Mr. Justice, what are conditions like? What is of most concern to you right now?
Right now we're seeing gusts in the 40-50 miles. We expect to see gusts anywhere from 70 all the way up to 100-mile-an-hour gusts throughout the evening. We'll be having inches of rain, anywhere from 6, 7, 8, 10 inches of rain in certain areas. And we have had so much rain before the storm that our ground is saturated. So you add that rain, you add that wind. We're worried about uprooted trees, down power lines. And really, we want to keep people off the streets. We want them to shelter in place. We don't want them out there exploring and possibly coming into some really dangerous situations.
Are you getting any early damage reports?
I haven't seen anything yet. Again, our gusts have not been anything like what they're seeing south of us. Again, 30, 40 miles an hour gusts. Right now, the wind is pushing the water out of the bay. So our concerns about storm surge that we had 24, 48 hours ago, not anywhere near that right now. We're worried about that more on the back end of the storm. But again, we're so saturated. We're getting so much rain. That's when we have uprooted trees, power lines down, and those kind of things. That's really the number one concern right now.
All right, Commissioner, we'll let you get back to it. Thanks for checking in with us. I want to go back to Morgan Chesky. He's near Tampa, where we continue to watch the situation develop there. Morgan?
Yeah, Lester, we're keeping a close eye on these deteriorating conditions here. We're 2 miles off the water of Tampa Bay, and the wind and the rain, it's really just an uncomfortable feeling to see every band just get stronger, and we know that the worst of this storm isn't expected to hit the metropolitan area, Lester, until about 9 o'clock to midnight.
If you go live, David Skywatch, I'll play your video, man.
We're not taking a direct hit. Hurricane first force winds or tropical storm force winds 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, more than enough.
Last video.
The mayor earlier today sharing that people should anticipate a potential loss of power, flooding in low-lying areas, and that is not just with this storm tonight, but over the next 48 hours, which could bring anywhere from 12 to 24 inches of rain. In fact, already today, the city sharing that there are already reports
David
of
Skywatch, are you going to go live?
Nothing like we're seeing in the city of Naples, where entire streets are underwater. But to be
if you can go live, I'll show you a stream live.
The brunt of this storm, it's absolutely concerning to know that there are already parts here that are starting to flood. I mentioned it earlier. I want to mention it again, though, Lester. It's a very eerie sight on the edge of Tampa Bay. We've seen multiple photos of the water there that's been pulled away from the shoreline back towards the Gulf. The city acknowledging that, saying that essentially what goes out has to come back in. And while we certainly won't be seeing the level of storm surge that you might be seeing, or that other parts down along the southern Florida coast will be seeing, it could still be a problem here. You couple that with the flooding, the rain, and not to mention still some significant wind here, and we're in for a long night ahead here in Tampa. Lester?
All right, Morgan, thank you. Let me go to Ali Velshi in Naples, where some of the most dramatic pictures so far have been coming from with that storm surge occurring around those condominiums.
David Skywatch, are you going live?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Can you hear me? David Skywatch, if you go live, can you go live? If you do, and you got winds and rain or whatever, I mean, I'll show you live. 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It don't matter. Let me know. King Blue Toe. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming in, sir. Anyone that can share me out. Let's get the community up in here, y'all. Here, I'll share myself out, too. I'll get this in my community page. Now that I think about it. Let me know, David Skywatch, if you're going live or put up some videos. I'd rather you go live, but that's all you put up where you put up some video. Look at that car. I'm going to stay live as long as I can. If I got to take a break or something, I'll keep the stream going. You know, after a while, I will need a break. We've been going 20 minutes. Yes, this is a super, this is like a typhoon, man. But look at there, it's going into the bay now. But yeah, this is a super hurricane. And I don't want to talk the whole time, y'all. David Skywatch, let me see. Sugar Bee, good afternoon. I don't know your location. I hope you're not in Florida. I really hope you're not. I've even saw another channel telling about something that I didn't know a lot about. What did they call that? It's mounds. Mounds of some type of chemical, hardened chemical that would, if it got this storm surge and it got a whole lot of rain like they're predicting and the winds, and it all gets in the water, that it's going to contaminate and pollute a wide area. Let's hope not, y'all. I hope it don't blow across Florida and all that. David Skywatch is getting ready. Really, can you go live? I will show you live, man. You can even talk, do whatever you want to do, and we'll listen to you. Find a way to go live on your phone or first-hand witness accounts. You dang right. I'd be honored to see that. You know, what you're experiencing. Everyone, please, if you can, share me out. If you don't have my backup channel up there, the pin link, because if this channel goes down ever, I need the community to be over there. I'm just asking you, you know, if you will, subscribe to my other channel. It's at the top right there in the blue. You're in Louisiana, so you know exactly how these storms are. Brings Hurricane Laura memories back. I'm sure it does. I'll go live in about 20 minutes and I'll show you real time what's happening in Central Florida. Nez Lover, good afternoon, my friend. Nez Lover is in the house, y'all. Thank you. Appreciate you. Primo Wedson, if y'all would share me out, we need a big community up in here. Please. And like I say, if you don't have my second channel, I'm not going to keep saying it. The pin link is up there, y'all. Right up at the top of the chat. And David Skywatch, first hand, live on location. He'll be going live in the next 10 or 15, 20 minutes. And we'll catch him live. Give me a second, I'll go live, he says. So yeah, we want some real, without the news and everybody showing us, first hand experience. You know, somebody on live on location. That'd be awesome, man. I appreciate this. David Skywatch, thank you. And yeah, when it comes through South Carolina, I plan to, you know, put some live coverage out there too. If it's dark or whatever, I'll go back on my back porch and, you know, whatever the wind and the rain, I'll be glad to show it. I want to cover this like everybody else. Thank you, Nez Lover. I appreciate you more than you know. All right. Let me run your link there. Yeah, thank you. I know to some people doesn't matter because you live in England or UK or wherever you live, but to us this matters here on the East Coast. It sure does. If y'all don't have Nez Lover, she's in the house, y'all. She shared me out. I'm going to stay live. I know people have things to do. Hopefully we can get people coming and going or whatever and spend a little time with us and, you know, see what's going on. A lot of people don't see that. You know, they see their news, their local news or whatever. Let me know when you go live, my friend. Here, I'll keep an eye on your channel. David Skywatch. I do have some webcams. I just wanted to start with some of the news and all that good stuff, y'all. All right, he's live right now. Let me go ahead and find him. David Skywatch. On YouTube. If I can't find it firsthand right here on YouTube, let's see, David Skywatch, that should be you right there, my friend. All right, 895 subscribers. I don't see your live stream. I see it over here. That's wild, y'all. Come on now. Ain't that crazy? Here, let me share it in my playlist or something. This video is private. Your private video, sir. David Skywatch, your video is private. Y'all let him know. David Skywatch. Video is private. You're going to have to put it on public, my friend. Put it on public. Alright. Let me see what else I got, y'all. Let's stop the screen share a minute. Let's see how many's in the house. We have 8. That's good. It's all good. I have the heat. You have the heat on today. Lord, have mercy. Alright, I'm going to see if I can pull up a few webcams. Let's see if we can. Live camera views. I see that you're live. That video is private, David Skywatch. This is a lot of work on me, y'all. What's that? Y'all stick with me, please. Let me see if I can get a lot better. I've just gave one live on YouTube. There's live webcams on. Have sound. As you see, it normally tell me the location. The computer itself is doing suffering. What did he say? Hold on, my YouTube hates me. I've been having those with them. Latest update of Central Florida's weather. If you go live, man, yeah, that's right. You can go live. I've had trouble with YouTube too. I really do. I didn't share the scene because it was a Alright, I think I got a live one here. This says White Sands Resort Beach. Resort Beach. Some of these cams are going out because of the power. Just like this, I believe, it's going out. Y'all know I can track storm. Maybe if I close a couple tabs. All my stuff says it's been listed as public. YouTube is not a good thing. They're censoring me. I got it on your channel here looking at it. I'd rather see you live, my man. They might shut my stream down. They might. They just might. You know how they are. They want all the news. See? Microsoft is not even responding. Why are they doing this to me, y'all? It's not my computer. And I got a whole range of things. I really do. I'll have to shut my computer down if they... I started out good. Alright, let me check something here. This is crazy, y'all. I'm losing it. They'll just shut the stream down. They won't shut my channel down. But that's why I want everybody really to close the program. Now let's see what happens. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me now? Yeah, you can. Sweet Peace, Quebec. Hello, it's nice to see you. We're going to do a little bit of live coverage here of this hurricane. Are you live, David Skywatch? Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you for sharing me out. If y'all don't have my backup channel, alright, let's go ahead and do something easy here. They restrict on live streams. If you have okay. Well, maybe I didn't know that, my friend. Thank you for letting me know, Mike. But watch if he goes live and goes public. Yeah. Let me see. Let me Google something. They don't want me to Google either, do they? Dang them. Alright. Next. I want to get a good little look at this here. Anyway, still, you know how I am with these maps and all this good stuff, y'all. Let's see. We got this. I'll have to share the screen. Sure. Sorry about the wait, but I do want to track this thing and keep up with it. If I got to do it here at the house by myself all alone. Some of this satellite stuff is easy, some of it's not so easy. But yeah, we're going to find it. Alright, we got this one. This is where it's at, y'all. It's about to make landfall. Let's share the screen. And I'm big on them radar, y'all. Them radar are pulsating. Alright, this is where the storm actually is. Right at this very moment. It's right here. The eye is hitting on the coastline. It is right now. This is real time. Is David Skywatch live yet? I'll cut the sound down, my friend. Let me check his channel. He's got upcoming boy in Hurricane Ian's path. It says we're waiting on you. Go live. That's what you do. That's what you do, my friend. Go live. YouTube don't like me any more than they like anybody else. Matter of fact, they hate me. I ain't making them enough money, I don't think. If I was making them a lot of money, they probably wouldn't care. Alright, here we are. Am I sharing it? I still intend to show some live cams. I got a whole list of live cams. Sorry about the Yankee Kyle is in the house. Hello, Yankee Kyle. Thank you for coming in. If y'all don't have my, I don't want to keep repeating it, but I put a pin link up there to my second channel, to Super Dave 45. If you will, please go over there and help me out, y'all. I'm getting close to 400 subscribers, for real. And that's awesome. Alright, let's check the radar, how it's affecting the storm. Let's see if it'll pull the radar up. A lot of people don't see this. Hardly. That's why I keep pulling these radar up. You can't see a lot. You can see the blue. That's what I'm talking about. It comes from these radar. That's frequencies from the radars on the ground. And this thing is eat up with it. They are pulsating this thing. This hurricane is eat up with them radar. Even down here at the tip at the Key West. You can see that. Planet X Hunter, thank you, my friend. You're awesome. You must believe in me or something, because you hit me up with them super chats like that. I really appreciate you. I do the best I can. I mean, that's all I can do. I'm not a professional, but I want to be. For real, y'all. I want to be. Let's try to find some of them webcams and a little bit of on the ground reporting. Thank you. Y'all are awesome to me. Planet X Hunter, thank you. You're the legend, my friend. You are. Did David Skywatch live yet? Alright, I'm looking. Just updated. Alright, I'm going to run him a little video here for David Skywatch channel. Well, he's playing the TV on this one. But I'm going to still run it. I hope they don't shut me down, y'all. I wish he'd go live if he's capable. Not everybody's capable, I know that.
Police have already tweeted, they've been on social media. Hillsborough County authorities out of the county are saying the same thing. They just want everyone to be safe and make it through this. You know, we seem to have dodged sort of the worst part of the pain, but this is what it works.
Oh, my keys are hammed out. Tampa Bay is that way. It's going to be coming this way.
This is live on the ground coverage from David Skywatch.
Come right over this way. When the storm comes over, it's really weird because all of a sudden it's sunny for like 20 minutes and you think the storm's over. But no. You got the backside of the storm coming. So that's where we're at now. It's ATM. Hope everybody's staying safe. I'll keep updating. I really don't have nothing else to do. At the moment, I can't go anywhere. So.
Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, that's Gina. I watch her. You know how that is. Appreciate that, my man. Alright, we're going to pull up. Let's see if we can get some of these webcams I keep talking about. I'll take a little strain off right now. Let's look at some of these webcams. If I know I can pull them up. Here's a riverfront webcam. Let's hope I can. If they're still. This looks kind of not too bad. This is the University of Tampa. I'm going to go ahead and show a little bit of it. Jim Davison, you're awesome too, man. Thank you. Riverfront webcam. I want to be fast on all this and not be slow. Bubba News, how you doing, Bubba News? The thing is, before Tampa, there's some flooding going on. I can prove it. Because I got stuff off of Twitter I was looking at a while ago. This right here is at the riverfront of University of Tampa. And when this sucker hits Tampa really hard, this is when you're going to see something major effects going on right here in this area. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take that off and try to move fast, y'all. Because I know everybody don't have all day. Let's get with the Twitter just for a few minutes. Let's see what we can find. I like Twitter. Alright, this is rare. First-person storm surge. This camera is 6 feet off the ground. Oh my God, y'all, this is giving me chills. I ain't lying. You wait till you see it. It's coming. This camera is 6 feet off the ground. Skies above, how are you? I know a lot of people don't know where my other channel is. Super Dave 45. It's right there in the pinned link. And if you don't have it, if I ever lose this channel I'm on, yeah, let me run Jim Davison. I would be on that backup channel. I'll have to plug my device here in just a minute. If y'all don't have Jim Davison, I just want you to see that. This says this camera is 6 feet off the ground. It's right there in the pinned link, Super Dave 45 channel. This says this camera is 6 feet off the ground on what is this? How you say that? Estero Boulevard in Fort Myers Beach, Florida. Not sure how much longer it keeps working. You can see it live right here at the Weather Channel. I don't want to. Let me see. I'll follow the Weather Channel. I follow a lot of people over there too. Alright, let's get a little bit more. I have to do this. I have to look it up. Hurricane Ian damage. Gotta use certain keywords. There's people listening right here, 3,000 people on the scanner radio to Lee County Fire and EMS. Okay. Florida's largest utility warned customers they could be without electricity for days. A Hurricane Ian threatens catastrophic damage to the state's power grid. Pictures of terrible damage now coming from Kings Point and Delray Beach, where a possible tornado touched down. Outer bands of Hurricane Ian started rolling through Palm Beach County Tuesday evening. Still waiting on reports of any injuries. Well, I hope no injuries, but these cars are damaged from a tornado. They sure are. There's some damage here. That. Wow. Right up here, there's a building damaged. So this is from tornadoes, obviously from the hurricane. Here it is. Alright, let's follow. Let's go Twitter a little bit more, y'all. Alright, this here, Hurricane Ian damage in Cape Coral, Florida. Or do you say Cape Coral? I think it's Cape Coral. Look at that, it blew the neighbor's top off. Wow, it blew the neighbor's top awning off. Yeah, the winds, that's y'all. But the winds will pick it up. Alright, breaking catastrophic damage in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, due to the hurricane. Wow, look at this flooding, y'all. This is catastrophic. My God, have mercy. This is catastrophic damage. You can see houses are halfway flooded up. Here's something else. A tornado causes severe damage in the areas of King Point, Delray Beach, Florida. The hurricane approaches southwest. Right here, y'all. Let's take a little look at this. Look at this. It's tearing the dang power lines. This kind of breaks my heart, y'all. There's going to be major destruction. Major destruction. Major. There's no playing around in this storm like this. As you see, Hurricane Ian, that's a monster of a beast. With 140 mile per hour winds, now Cat 4. And bring life-threatening storm. Okay, we know that. Let me go back, y'all. I'm trying to cover as much as possible. All right. Havana this morning, the city missed the worst of the hurricane, and yet there is significant damage. Wow. How does that happen? They missed the worst. That's an old city, isn't it? All right, ladies, cover yourself. Heavy damage, and this is Cuba. This is Cuba, y'all. In Del Rio, Cuba. Might as well see it. So you know if it causes damage in Cuba and places wherever it comes through, it's going to cause damage everywhere it goes. Yeah, we just saw that one. Alright. We're going to find more. There's no doubt it. Alright, here's something here. A plane flipped over. North Perry Airport in Miami. So it's obviously blown a plane over. And thank y'all. I appreciate it. If anyone is sharing me out, please, you're welcome to do so. Jim Davison, thank you for that awesome super chat, my friend. And Planet X Hunter, thank you so very much, sir. Y'all are awesome to me, and I really appreciate y'all. That's why I want to spend my time. If I can show you things that you're not seeing anywhere else, I'll be glad to. Because y'all are good to me. This is Sarasota. The eye wall is getting closer. Let me see when this was posted. 32 minutes ago. So we noticed them. I'll say something here in a minute after this video. I made it, Planet X Hunter. Thank you. I heard an update a while ago on a live thing somewhere in the news. I've looked at so much already, it's hard to fathom. I probably looked at 200 videos and stuff since the live stream this morning because I wanted to gather some information a newscaster had said this storm was moving at 3 miles per hour, that it's almost stationary. That's what I wanted to say. Alright, this is Punta Gorda. Ian makes landfall along the southwest coast of Florida. We know that. This is a outside webcam, I believe. And it's hard to even see through it as strong as the wind and the rain is. We may have seen this one, but let's see it again. I think this is a different one, y'all. This is a different set of houses. You know if you've seen it before. And it's the same though, don't it? But this is flooding, y'all. It says the storm surge has already created catastrophic damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles on this island. Let me see. Fort Myers Beach. That's what it says. So yeah, let's look up something else here in a minute. Prayers for, and let's hope the hurricane does minimal damage to property for those in Cuba. Okay.
We have come up here for safety from the surge. Look at the wind howling through here, and where we were earlier, it looks like there's 3 or 4 feet of water. Waves crashing over the.
I want to see what this is.
These winds are howling hurricane.
This 100-mile-per-hour winds hitting Fort Myers.
The entire area.
In Fort Myers.
Everything. Just about 20 feet is underwater right now, and it's just. This is one of the worst hurricanes I've ever been in, and maybe the worst as far as covering. Over 25 years and 90 storms, to be right in the eye wall of a high-end Cat 4, and the wind. Let's just listen to the wind. This just amazing, and the issue is we're going to stay in this eye wall for a foreseeable future, so this is going to continue. I got to believe Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, Captiva is going to look like Mexico Beach after Hurricane Michael 4 years ago. I'm seeing debris floating in the Caloosahatchee River. You can see it. Looks like a North Atlantic Ocean storm here in Fort Myers. But let's turn back around and show this wind. Now it is getting channeled a little bit.
David Skywatch Live.
This is just incredible. A hurricane season we thought wasn't going to even turn on. And look at this. Late September. And we've got our first landfalling hurricane shortly here in the continental United States. I'm going to go right around the corner here. Stay out of the wind. Oh my gosh. The ocean, the river and the Gulf have just taken over everything. Water out here looks like about 4 feet deep. The pool has been completely annihilated by the surge.
I'll do that, my friend. I was keeping an eye out. That's why I asked, and I went to look. Alright, this says it's almost at 155 miles per hour. This is something off of TikTok that they put on Twitter. Let me see what it's like.
I'm news and meteorologist Scott Withers here in Fort Myers Beach. Hurricane Ian is just a few miles off. We're already starting to see extensive wind coming through. Heavy rain bands, the waves are starting to kick up. We're now at 155 55 miles per hour sustained winds in the storm. That is still Category 4, but we are just 2 miles away from being Category 5. This is going to cause catastrophic damage when it comes ashore and life-threatening flash flooding and storm surge throughout this part of the state and flash flood issues in Central Florida. Go to newsy.com/watch so you can tune in and stay up to date on Hurricane Ian.
All right, this is something here. Breaking, residents reporting damage in tornado-warned area in Broward County. This is Broward County as a tornado has hit Broward County. Why does it look so dark? I guess it gets light on it from a tornado, and here we're in the middle of the daytime. Really? I mean, wow, that was dark, wasn't it? Alright, here's some down power lines, y'all. Let's see where it says. I hate to, not tell you where everything is happening. The eye wall moves onshore, southwest Florida. We're keeping up to date with impacts. It doesn't say exactly. It says live damage report. Naples, it's right here on the screen.
The roads, because you never know what's going to happen. This right here is some of the dangers, some of the challenges that you could run into. This is the power outages that we've been telling you about in Naples. Just some incredible video right now. This happened as Ian was slamming in Naples. You can see the power line sparking. It looks like an explosion as it comes in contact with the wet grass below.
Let me say something.
37,000 people.
Let me say something about this. This is what they would call direct energy weapons. Because you don't really, let me see. I need to take a better look. If there's a down power line, that's one thing. But this looks like something coming out of the ground.
Without power, just incredible video, and
that's a power line, y'all.
Of why first responders.
It's hanging. I see it.
The roads, because you never know what's going to happen.
But if there wasn't a power line there, that would be what they use, like lasers and. Look, I'm not making that up.
Some of the challenges that you could run into. This is the power outages that we've been telling you about in Naples. Just some incredible video right now.
Which I am a conspiracy guru here on YouTube. Hey, I don't mind pointing that out. Footage of some of the damage that Hurricane Ian has caused. Our own reporter gives us footage of her hotel's front door having to be held closed. Alright, I'm going to start tracking it again. I'm going to go back and look at some of these maps. And just the province of Pinar del Rio, thousands suffered damage to roofs and homes. Even more devastating, the storm has knocked out power tonight. 11 million Cubans are without electricity. Alright, we saw that one. This here, approaching Category 5, the hurricane winds of up to 250, which is 155 miles per hour. This says Florida. It doesn't say where in Florida.
Major
And this is just the beginning of the storm, y'all. Environmental groups worry there's one big hazard that's been left exposed to Hurricane Ian damage. Toxic fertilizer. Hurricane Ian stokes catastrophic chemical spill. Ain't gonna be good, y'all. So you notice fertilizer I was talking about that well. And it flood and that stuff spread out and get in the water and the contamination drains or anywhere. Which rains, it washes it away. But into neighborhood wherever. Alright, let's try to go back and let's check a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, y'all. Let's look at the regional radar. This is live. It's still moving in. It's right here. Let me see. Get a little closer. Get a lot closer. They're going to work that thing up far as the coast as they can work it. And we already know there's a track of it's going across Florida and hitting the Atlantic Ocean and coming back into Georgia and South Carolina. Alright, let me look at these radar again while I'm over here. Pulsating. These radar make a difference, y'all. And a while ago you couldn't see all this. Just Kip, how you doing, my friend? If y'all don't have that Super Dave 45 channel pinned at the link, please be sure to hit that link, y'all, and subscribe to my backup channel. It's good to see you, my friend. Miss Southern Belle, hello. Anything on recalled meat? Hey, I can look it up. Recall. We'll look it up. Meat recall. Why, you ain't sick or nothing, are you? Federal health officials are warning consumers that 87,000 pounds of meat products are being recalled because they may be adult-rated with listeria. Yeah, there's a report right there, my friend. 87,000 pounds of meat. It doesn't say when this was put up. I'm quickly looking at this just for you. This is September the 27th. The fat products stores in Illinois, Kentucky, and Missouri. So if you live in this area, as Mike Smith, meat products. It doesn't say which products. Okay, I'll dig a little longer here. Department of Agriculture, Food and Safety, bear Maine meat and processed ready-to-eat meat products. Turkey, pony. Let me see if it goes by any certain name. Listeria in the processing environment and products produced by the environment. The establishment, I'm sorry. Affected products. It says Bearman meat and processing. So anything by Bearman meat. Whole Foods Market. Salad dressing has been recalled. Miss Southern Belle. So you're having some meat recalls. So much for the hurricane. Don't eat Bearman meats, y'all. See the hot dogs and stuff? That's processed food. Meat recall. Listeria. That's not good, y'all. Alright. You're in the know, Miss Southern Belle. You are in the know. How about that? Super Dave fix you up over here. There was another channel. Let me see. I wrote this stuff down. You are in the know. And there's potato salad been recalled, y'all. The skies above. What's he got? Another video? I made this around 11 a.m. Alright, that looks pretty windy there. I'll show it right here in a minute. Skies above. Yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking David Skywatch. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you're not David Skywatch. Let me get on YouTube. I see it right here real well. Skies above. I looked it up, but I was looking on the wrong search engine. Should I say Skies Above channel? I might have to. Let me see. Skies Above channel. If I went into my. I'm looking straight at it here on my phone. Alright, we at Skies Above channel. Hurricane Ian. Gotcha, my friend. 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
Breaks a portion of land. So yes, this eastern eye wall and northern eye wall has been bumped on shore for a while, but it's kind of right here, the center of that eye. This is North Captiva Island. You got Captiva Island.
I don't mind showing y'all's.
A little further north,
you live in Florida. That's what we're here for.
Here's going to be the defined landfall point that should be coming in momentarily. Don't want to jump the gun on that. We'll wait for National Hurricane Center to give official word. Venice, Englewood, Northport, just getting slammed right now. You have winds kind of pivoting around in this eye wall, which is right in here, 100 to 120 in spots that we're getting some radar estimates on, and all of that, again, is just going to pivot around into southern parts of Sarasota County. So this is
where was the one blowing?
In our viewing area,
is this the one blowing?
Southern half of Sarasota County. Venice down to Englewood, Northport, really getting slammed by this very, very heavy rain coming down. And all of this
is this the one that was blowing? Let me see.
Over the next several hours, if you're around Tampa Bay,
I saw the blowing.
Hardy County, DeSoto,
this ain't the one. Is it? Let me look. This ain't the one that was blowing. When you put the link in. Alright. I'll fix you. I'll fix it right up, y'all. Whichever one it is. I got it. It's the third one back.
Skies Above. It is 11:51 a.m. Hurricane Ian has, as far as I know, has not made landfall yet. And where I live, I'm inland, so we're pretty good. But we boarded up most of the windows yesterday, and you see, we turned a plastic table upside down. I don't know if you can see the raindrops. Yeah, it's raining.
You're welcome.
Windy.
Raining pretty good.
It's supposed to get bad around 2 a.m., so I'll just make short little videos and keep you posted.
Thank you for coming in, Miss Barb Weiss.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Y'all are appreciated, man. Miss Barb Weiss, thank you so much.
That way, if lose service for whatever reason, it goes black, the screen goes black.
Here's some live coverage here on YouTube.
Get service again, so you can see it.
Let me see what channel.
When the screen comes back on, this is pretty wild.
Alright, I don't like cussing, but
American flag is torn to shreds right here.
Oh yeah, guys, check this out. You know what? We'll backburn this video for later.
I wouldn't normally show somebody else, but it just clicked on to that. But it's all good. Let me go back to where I was when I started. I think it was alright, Mike Smith. This is obviously South Carolina. Let me see this. And Irmo is 72 degrees. But they out here, you see on the coast. Yeah, it's outlined here on the coast. A surge warning. Why won't it go up? See what there we go. Tropical storm warning. Yeah, that's not showing the hurricane stuff. But that was off of Microsoft. I may have to do a backup thing or something. Let's see this. Are we still live? I think we are. Let me see if it's showing my screen. It is. Alright, let's check this. Live. I'm going to show this a minute while I go to the bathroom. I have to, y'all. This is live coverage here on YouTube.
Getting word now that we do officially have landfall. 3:05 p.m. in what was that landfall location? Cayo Costa. So that was right here. We put it on the map here for a reason. So 3:05 p.m. officially a Category 4 landfall, strong as they get. Yeah, that's just for the history books. The damage is already being done anyway. But the only designation that it really matters at this point is once we get that official landfall and it's overland, it will slowly weaken. Not fast enough to prevent billions of more dollars of damage, but we do have that official landfall.
As you just heard, this storm has officially made landfall. And now, probably the worst begins. All the damage before the worst, before it made landfall. Because when this sucker makes landfall like it already just did, you got damage on every side. When it goes inland, you got damage to the north of the eye, south of the eye, east of the eye as it pushes through. And then you're going to have to deal with the back side of the west, the west side of the hurricane. And it'll cause damage. And if this thing becomes stationary, it'll dump so much rain. Lord have mercy. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Now we'll wait and see. The areas here. Here's Fort Myers. This area is underwater right now. As they go through the eye, that water will subside a little bit. It'll clear out. The winds will die down a little bit, and then they'll go through the backside of the storm, where the winds will gust once again to 100, 120, 130 miles per hour. And when that happens, that's going to continue. Those areas south of Sanibel, from Fort Myers southwards, and Bonita Springs,
I'll be right back.
Those areas, you're going to have that high storm surge probably for another 6-7 hours. The water is not going to recede because it's going to be being pushed from the southwest and then eventually the west, and the water is just going to sit on the coast. If you're wondering how about the storm surge problems around Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, because the storm is making landfall over you, you're not going to have that extreme 12 to 18 foot storm surge. That is going to be south of that landfall and down through the Fort Myers, the Cape Coral area. If you've ever seen Cape Coral at very low elevation, there's a chance that
almost all of the city of Cape Coral is currently underwater with wave action on top of that. We're approaching high tide in all of these regions in here too. So let's go through just a wider view of the storm and some of the other issues. And we've been watching some of these wind reports, and a lot of people were worried about the Tampa area. We've had reports of winds up to about 60 miles per hour, so down trees, definitely some power outages. It's really once you get down to Sarasota that we start getting those hurricane gusts, and that's when you can start to see a little more in the way of widespread damage further to the south too. And just to give you an indication, one of my good friends is Mike Bettis that works for the Weather Channel, and he said this is the worst storm, guys, that he has seen in his 25 years of covering hurricanes, and he's been in 96 of them. Just to give you an idea of the pictures and the damage that is being done. Some of the storm chasers that have been doing this for decades are saying that this is one of the worst that they've ever experienced. And I hope it's not as bad as I'm making it sound, but I got a bad feeling it is.
And you've been tracking this sort of weather for a long time too, Bill. We know that when you have a bad feeling, it's well-founded. I am curious, as I look at the hurricane track behind you there, it makes landfall, as you said, but then it's still a hurricane for hours and hours and hours and hours. And so we're going to see interior parts of Florida affected by hurricane problems as well, right? What do you expect?
Yeah, so this is Osceola County, this is Polk County in this area here, and then once you get up in this region, you start getting towards, Kissimmee and the Disney complex, and then you get into the high population areas, especially once you get into the downtown Orlando. So, I was actually, when Charlie made landfall, I was working at the time in the Orlando area. I was actually standing out in a parking lot when Hurricane Charlie came right over the top, and it had winds still 90 miles per hour. People in Orlando didn't have power for 1 to 2 weeks, and that was far inland. And I'll never forget, all the blue tarps afterwards, and that's going to be the scene that's going to play out. So we're going to wait and see. Now that we got landfall, and eventually slowly that process of winding down will happen, just how strong it will be when it makes it up to the I-4 corridor. Right now the Hurricane Center is saying that by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, about 70 mile per hour winds. That's still enough to do a lot of tree damage. Charlie was a little stronger than that. I believe it was more like 90, 95 in the Orlando area. Then we take it northwards off Daytona Beach. We're going to have some storm surge issues tomorrow during the day, because remember, here's the storm spinning this way, and that's going to blow the wind onshore into areas around Jacksonville, St. Augustine, heading up towards Amelia Island and New Brunswick to Savannah, the beautiful coastal areas here. It's not going to be like what's happening now in Fort Myers, fortunately for them, but it's still going to be a 4 to 6 foot storm surge. There still could be some issues, and that water's going to back up on the St. Johns River too, so there'll be some flooding problems with it. Again, there's the 12 to 18 foot.
All right, we're still live. I have to stop that before they interrupt the stream. Look at that. 1 to 3 foot all the way up. 3.5 foot storm surge. 4 to 6 foot. 6 to 10 foot. Fort Myers, 12 to 18 feet. Down here at Marco Island, 8 to 12 feet. This will be most likely at high tide. Alright, there was something I really, really needed to see. I have somebody whispering in my ear when I go to the bathroom. Tell me to look for Fort Myers. Fort Myers beach is trending. Maybe I need to look up. I don't think we've seen this one. People's out on the water. What I was looking for was damage in Fort Myers, actually. Yeah, not the beach. Fort Myers, hurricane damage. Yeah, we said earlier, this house is halfway flooded up. tree. That's where we saw earlier. The guy on the balcony. I was just looking for anything new we hadn't seen. That's not completely halfway up. Beach damage. Forecast landfall this afternoon. Yeah, we've seen a lot of this already. And they're showing a lot of this on the TV, on the Weather Channel. Alright, severe damage. Somebody also told me to look up something else. Is it severe damage.com or .com? I try to show y'all what I'm looking up and explain as I go. Let's see what's over here. This is just severe, not severe damage. Maybe I need to get some information. I might be missing something. It'd probably be one word though, and I put in 2 words. Yeah, here's something here. Resident recalls severe damage. Is this the same thing though?
When I came out to find the package, the box was already torn open like this. It still had tape together, so I opened the tape, and when I started taking...
That's severe damage, but it ain't severe damage from the hurricane. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of went to the wrong place there. Severe damage. Definition of severe damage. Severe hurricane. Ian damage. Yeah, I was calling it Ian. I would have to get back up. Hurricane Ian could knock out power for days. That's from Newsweek. I wanted to look at some of these webcams I got. Images of hurricane damage hitting Florida. There's a lot of images in here, so I'm going to scroll through some of these. These boats are washed up on land. I'm not sure where this is, except for Florida. Alright, here's some already, y'all. That wind is already doing some tricks, ain't it? I'm glad my insurance is paid up. This is already in certain areas for real. There's been tornado damage. That's Louisiana. So yeah, that's taking me to somewhere else now. Let me leave this. I don't want to get out no improper information. I want to stay on Ian. The dangerous hurricane Ian has reached Cuba. Well, that's been days ago. It's left Cuba. So I got to leave that. Let's leave this. Let's go back. I got to look through my email. I'm going to hit some of these webcams before I leave this stream. That's what I want to do, y'all. I got some live webcam somewhere here in my Gmail. I was excited to get these live webcams around Florida. This is in Daytona, the Hard Rock Motel. Let's share the screen, y'all. And it's shaking. It's already got winds. I'm going to leave it there a couple minutes while I take a good look at it. So yeah, that thing's shaking. You can tell that wind is blowing pretty good, y'all. Alright, let's look somewhere else. Canaveral, currently showing our rocket. Where's that at? Across the bay? I think that's right here where the cursor is. It looks like some type of... I can't tell exactly what it is. But yes, windy at Port Canaveral. These are live webcams, y'all. It's still yet to hit that area, I reckon. This is downtown Orlando. Orlando, Florida. Zoom in, see what I can see. I can tell that there's just rain. There's some wind because Orlando International Drive. Will it play? Yeah, it will play. I don't really want to leave the stream. You know, I want to be able to... Clearwater Beach, Hilton. Let's see what it's like. Looks good. So far, a little bit of rain. Not much. This is Fox 13 sped up camera. This here, I'm not sure because it's zoomed in on the area. Fox 13, y'all. There's all kind of places up. Alright, this is St. Beach, Serrata Beach Resort, St. Petersburg Beach webcam. Right. It looks like it's froze. I think it takes every 60 seconds to, you know, I don't think it's completely rolling. This is kind of dark. What is this? Is it really that dark in the area, or is it just a camera? I did webs today, y'all. St. Pete, Clear, Tampa, downtown. Now you can't even see them. A live webcam in downtown Tampa is presented by Spa Manufacturers. This image will refresh in every 60 seconds. That's the problem. It's not continuously rolling. Alright, let's see. This is time lapse. You can see that this is getting some activity. Keep going through. Maybe I'll find something. Try to show for webcams. Tower East. Let's see what this looks like. Every 60 seconds. It's raining. And then they take it and they put it into video. As you can see, it's raining in Tampa. I want to dang get to a live one I can see as it's happening. Hudson in on the Gulf. Seconds. You about got to be there in the, alright, to see what's going on. That's what about got to be. It's hard to, see every little thing. This is still Daytona. I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull up something else. Riverfront webcam. We saw that one earlier. Southernmost point webcam. Yeah. This looks like. I believe this one is where you see it. I remember looking at it on my phone. It's live. You can't see it, but I'm fixing to show it to you. And it's not really showing, except for people out there. Pictures and stuff. Crazy, y'all. Alright, now I'll show it to you. What I need to do is pull up some more. You can tell this is windy and the water is splashing. Southernmost point, USA, Key West. So I guess the storm has already, it's above Key West, and the waters are still rough and all that good stuff. Yeah, these people look like they survived it. Which thing, this is live. The water sure looks murky, I know that. I can see that. Let me go back and look at a couple other things. Just kept praying God calms the storm. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much, because let me look at something. Yeah, there's a couple other little places I still want to look at. I can still play a little bit of live coverage, which I can do that. Let's see what they say. As I clicked on a while ago, you saw. Time I clicked on, he said the storm just made landfall. I don't think they want you to play it the whole time. So I play in increments. Yeah, if I play it in increments.
We don't know exactly how high the water is for buyers. The gauge stopped working, but it's going to be
the tides and the levels they're at. That's what we're going to see. Hopefully, at least if there's a couple of hours, we'll have some receding. So we have to have some more water come in and have some capacity. But this is exactly what everyone forecasted. When you said 12 to 14 feet, that's what we're experiencing on the Barrier Islands right now.
And is there concern in Fort Myers proper as well? I mean, we talked to the mayor earlier. It sounds like there's flooding downtown too.
I don't think you can.
Anything,
Let me make sure.
Coastal water is going to obviously have some type of concern.
The browser
That's
can't
really
access your screen. All right,
so
we'll try something different.
Near water, anything in the southwest part of Florida. So I'm a commissioner for 6 different cities. So you have Bonita Beach, which has a beach. You have Fort Myers Beach. You have Sanibel. You have Cape Coral. All with waterways. Very, very vulnerable to this. We have a huge capacity for 850,000 people that live in Lee County. So probably a third of them are on water.
Swain, the Lee County Commissioner there, joining us today. Sir, our thoughts are with you, community, as you wait through this storm, and wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Let's turn to Jay Boudishwar. He's the Naples City Manager. We're there wanting to, as I understand it, warn residents about what to expect when this surge recedes. Thanks for being with us. What are you most concerned about?
Great. Thanks, Kate. We're concerned, quite frankly, about a lot of things. We are finally reaching a high tide situation here in Naples. We've seen an immense amount of water.
They're reaching high tide, and they're going to see, and they're seeing an immense amount of water.
Some of the footage that you've been showing gives you a glimpse of what's happening in Naples. We really want to stress to the people in the Naples area to adhere to the curfew that we issued a little bit earlier today. We need people to stay off the streets. It is extremely dangerous, and we are going to keep this curfew in effect overnight and until further notice.
I have to play in increments, y'all. Let me look up something else. I don't really want to miss anything. If it's out here, information should be free. Raw footage. Ian makes landfall in Florida. I don't know what this is going to show, except for the map. You should be able to share about anything on YouTube. If it's live, you should be able to. I don't know why they don't want us to. It's crazy, y'all, the way they do us. Mike Smith, do what you need to protect your channel. They'll shut the stream down, looks like. They won't. This has no sound. That's just showing a palm tree from Fox dying. I care. I really do, Mike. I care. But like I say, information should be free, my friend. Sunshine Skyway over Tampa Bay. Let's see what this looks like. This looks rough, y'all. That looks pretty rough. I know it's just a bridge, but if it's wind pretty strong and that water is going to be in storm surge in the next couple hours, yeah, it's going to get more rougher. We hadn't seen the worst, or Florida hadn't seen the worst of it yet. All right, here's something here. EarthCam Live Airport, St. Petersburg. Not much to see there. It's like it's hard to see, you know. Everything. I mean, who wants to be stuck on one channel just watching a bridge? You know, I kind of don't. That's why I flip around, y'all.
Because as you can see, the winds that are gusting, this again is just right across the way from Golf Gate. That sign over there for Sarasota Pavilion has been destroyed. That debris is in the roadway. We've seen other things flying off, becoming almost, I don't want to call it missiles, but becoming debris that could really hurt you if you were standing out here. We've also seen, there's a tree. We spoke with Dennis earlier, just about an hour ago. He planted this tree, he told us 7 years ago, and you can see the limbs are already snapped off. At times, It is bending in half. Dennis is hopeful it will still be standing after we are all finished with Ian. And if you just look at it, the gusts, I think you can see it on TV, but they are just absolutely incredible gusts that show just how powerful Mother Nature is. We're seeing right now with some of the rain bands coming through. There is other debris out here. Some of the light poles, we've seen some of the lights topple off and kind of go through the empty parking lots here. But Travis and I are going to pick up our audio cable here, and we're going to walk up.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm eating a little bit. I watched a video yesterday from a lady in Florida, and I forget the channel or I would bring it up. I've been sitting here trying to remember. I should have made a note of it. There was flashes. It looked like flashes of plasma. What am I looking at? This is in Canada. From Fiona. This parts of Southwest Florida.
Myers Beach, just came in from an architecture firm over in that area. The entire area, as far as the eye can see there, you can see this, is inundated with water. This is that storm surge we've been talking about all day long. Cars are submerged. Homes are flooded. Streets, you cannot see them there. If you're familiar with the Fort Myers Beach area, this is off of Estero Boulevard, which is like A1A here in Fort Lauderdale or on Ocean Drive. So we're right next to the water, and you can just see the inundation of flood water there and storm surge there in this particular area. I also know we have some video out of Sanibel. We know that the eye wall approached this area around.
How long have I been live, y'all?
Not too long ago, earlier in the afternoon, and you can see the storm surge water.
See the storm surge? Fort Myers.
This water is all the way up to the base of their situation. Is only going to get worse, and these conditions are only going to deteriorate as this massive storm continues its march across West Florida and the Gulf. And this is video out of Collier County. We've been watching this feed, of course, as conditions continue to deteriorate.
I've still got a little bit of webcam left.
Of water and beach.
Let me see if I can find Fort Myers live.
Now it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see a little bit of the wave action.
While I'm here,
But Collier County,
Myers,
Lee County,
live,
that entire area there, lots of the first responders and emergency management.
on YouTube, let's see. It's not pulling that. Let's see. Hurricane Ian live cam is really. This is out of Tampa, Clearwater, Inglewood, and Naples. So that, yeah, that's 4 different areas. Kind of like what we're seeing in video is real damage. But these live streams, I mean, why we're not seeing it like that? If somebody hiding something, you know? My conspiracy guru mind, y'all. It's easy. You can flip across St. Petersburg, Florida. You can flip across YouTube looking at everything I'm looking at and watch one channel or whatever. Remote storm surge. But this is today is just live. Not for broadcast. Lord have mercy. Well, I'll take it off then. I wish I knew how to split the streams like that. Yeah, I wish I knew how to split the streams. I don't know if it's even allowed on StreamYard. You can get a lot of people on different panels, you know. You can get up to 10 people talking at the same time and everything, but as far as, yeah, I know y'all. I'm not that professional yet, okay? I admit it. There's something live. Let's see what this looks like. I don't think this is live. It's made landfall. Look at it. This is, in a way, y'all, to me, this is sad. It's very sad.
As Hurricane Ian continues to make landfall in the state of Florida, we remain in Sarasota this evening, where conditions have deteriorated, and they have deteriorated fast. The National Weather Service now issuing an extreme wind warning, and for good reason. The wind gusts here have increased double, maybe even triple what they were just an hour or two ago. We're here in downtown Sarasota at Central Avenue and 1st Street, and if I pan directly across the street, here you can see the magnitude of the destruction of these trees. That is typical across all of this area tonight. So officials are asking everyone to stay off the roads. Emergency services have been suspended, and now we're learning that there is a few breaks in the potable water system. So they're asking residents to limit the use of their sewage systems so that they do not encounter a backup. But the real story tonight is this destructive wind. It is absolutely not safe, and it is occurring here in Sarasota at this hour. As Hurricane Ian continues to make landfall in the state of Florida, we remain in Sarasota this evening, where conditions have deteriorated, and they have deteriorated fast. The National Weather Service now issuing an extreme wind warning, and for good reason.
It won't play both of them at the same time. I wish it
Wind
would.
gusts here have increased double, maybe even triple what they were just an hour or two ago. We're here in downtown Sarasota at Central Avenue and 1st Street, and if I pan directly across
524,000 customers without power in Florida. So it says. So yeah, there's a backup emergency light. They're in the dark. But I'd say dark because there's no power, but it is daylight. Thank goodness. Amazon says it's temporarily pausing operations in some facilities as Hurricane Ian barrels into Florida. So Amazon will be pausing some operations at some facilities in Florida. It doesn't say in Florida, as Hurricane Ian barrels into Florida. So it doesn't say exactly where. It may be worldwide. Amazon is pausing some operations.
There goes the fence. Holy cow.
These are Hurricane hunters experiencing turbulence. Video from the International Space Station. Here we go, y'all. Controversy on my channel, okay? Hey, I don't mind a little controversy. Hey, you reckon they CGI'd this one? Okay, I get it, y'all. I get it. Do stuff like that. For real. Latest NBC News. Am I breaking up? Is there any choppy sound or anything? I heard they were going to be closing operations last week.
What's for dinner? Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients. It's not just a night off from cooking. It's a delicious night on for everyone at the table. Panera.
What did I say? Hell I.
On our app.
Screaming the D-man. Dallas can't scratch him.
Just blowing around as the wind is picking up there. It's a very, very strong hurricane right now, and I understand that we're going to see a bit more here as the evening gets on us. Right now, the wind's
hello to you, Joseph Fields. How y'all doing?
I'm going to move out for a moment.
Dallas County Scratch, hit that link at the top for me, please.
So I'm going to move out the camera.
And subscribe to my backup channel, man.
Down. I'm moving out.
Hey, let me stop this. How many channels have I subscribed to you, Dallas? You've lost your channel how many times? For real. I'm subscribed to this one. So please, hit that pinned up link there for me, friend, please. Subscribe to that channel for me. And you know what it takes to make it stick.
A calculation here. All right. So there's the wind speed as I'm standing next to a building, which is somewhat protecting me. Okay. So I'll take a knee. Whoops.
Leave me a comment, please. It'll make it stick. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I don't ask for your money. I don't ask for a dime. I just ask you to subscribe to my channel, please.
Go back up. This is really getting strong. You get the idea. That's power. That's Mother Nature. That's what's going to be potentially taking off some roofs, peeling back shingles, knocking down tree limbs, taking out power. It's all of that. And we're going to see that for hours going here. It is not a pretty picture, and unfortunately, it's going to get worse, guys.
So if we're looking at the map, we don't have Punta Gorda on that map, but it is basically right in the direct path of the storm. At some point, will you be experiencing the eye wall, Carrie, or are you a bit north of that?
Yeah. So, no. All indications are we're going to get the eye wall coming towards us. In fact, it might be in about
Joseph Fields, thank you, my friend. Big Tim and God We Trust, Patriot, thank you. Just shared, well, thank you. That keep me live longer. AIFG, thank you. We're going to the moon. For real. Sugar Bee, thank you.
It'll be calm and beautiful inside. I've been in one
thank you, everyone.
One eye before. Even saw some seagulls flying around like it was just a calm.
I may even pause or take a little break. How long I've been live, y'all? And I can stick it on one of these webcams. That way everybody take a break. You know? Tell you I'll be back in 30 minutes or whatever. For real. New information out there. It will be. New videos on Twitter and all that good stuff. It will be. We just saw this. It ain't one thing, it's something else, ain't it? I mean, I can leave the stream going and put it out on one of these live webcams or something. So you've been live for 2 hours.
Just for the last 20 minutes when we spoke last, it feels different.
There goes the bed.
Well, you know, back the curtain a little, Chris, you and I covered a lot of hurricanes. It's perfectly fine here. All of a sudden, back, we've got a lot of wind right here. Randy, take a look at what's going on. You guys were just talking about storm surge. For most people, that feels like a flood. This is storm surge. It's the ocean to Naples. There's no delineation anymore between the Gulf of Mexico and Naples at this point. There used to be a few hundred feet of beach over there. It's not there. We were just talking about roadways becoming waterways. That's exactly what we're looking at over here. There were cars nicely parked along the right half of this roadway. Take a look at the cars now. They're all bunched into each other over there. They've floated many, many feet. There's a car in the middle of the road behind us. But look, Randy, take a look at it. This is storm surge. This is what we're talking about. To most people, it's like a flood. Take a look at that. Those carports across. The Gulf of Mexico is now part of Naples, Florida at the moment. Now, we are about an hour away from high tide. I have to thank a particular meteorologist who sort of sent me the exact time for where we're going to hit the high tide. But it's going to coincide with some of the worst of the actual storms. So we combine the fact that we're not there yet, there's more storm coming, and there's more tide coming. Everything we're seeing here causing the cars to float away and causing flooding here is good. Look at this. Look at this. And Chris, the other thing is when we're on the beach, and I'm hearing things snap and I'm hearing things hitting, when we're on the beach, you're generally not going to get debris coming out of the sea to hit you. But now we've got a lot of debris in this water. There are things that are breaking. There are things that are coming off of roofs. That makes it yet more dangerous. And we talked about those 42,000 linemen, electrical workers ready to fix things. They're not fixing things till they drop below 50 miles an hour and the water recedes, which is going to be at the best tomorrow. So there's a lot of this to come. The main danger right now is if you are not in your home, if you are on a road, or if you are in a place that is only one story and you can't get to at least the second story. Here in Naples, we're going to see 4 to 6 feet of flooding, but it might be higher than that depending on how low-lying you are. But this is coming in forcefully, and it is, Chris, for all the hurricanes you and I have covered, this may be the best depiction I have ever seen of what storm surge actually looks and feels like.
That's catastrophic, y'all.
Oh, hey!
That water go up more than that. That water go up much more than that, and it's going to knock some of them lobbies or wherever they are off of there. This was, I believe, the last statement. This says at 3:20. It's 3:59. 30 minutes ago.
Yo vivo con mi familia. Yo sé que si mi papá o mi mamá o mi hermana se enferma rapidito puedo irme a GoodRx. Tienen las mismas medicinas que usted necesita, pero a una vez que va a costar menos.
I'll see what he's got to say, and I'll put it on a live webcam.
Back to this are going to be broad, and we appreciate the Biden administration's consideration for the people of Florida.
No, it's 1:09 p.m.
When I was in Lake City, you had massive numbers of linemen, but you have those staged all over the state. There's now over 42,000 linemen and other personnel ready to restore power in 30 different areas across the state. And those linemen and other associated personnel hail from, of course, many from Florida, but from 27 different states. Of course, our Department of Transportation does have 1,200 personnel on standby to perform cut and toss operations, understanding how important it is to get those roadways clear as soon as possible. Supplies will be brought in by plane, boat, and by high water vehicle. Airports in Southwest Florida do have teams behind, and they are going to work to clear those runways as soon as the storm has passed. We appreciate the Florida National Guard's really impressive mobilization of 5,000 folks as well.
An empty bridge, winds crashing against the Sunshine Skyway Bridge between St. Pete and Bradenton. No one driving as dangerous winds and driving rain move on.
additional guardsmen from other states. They have 9 Chinook helicopters ready to go. An additional 22 helicopters will be coming in after landfall that will be here within the next 24 hours. Kevin will talk a little bit more about this, but we have the 5 urban search and rescue teams. You'll hear from FWC about what they're doing. High water vehicles from Florida Highway Patrol, and of course our Coast Guard partners. There is going to be a massive effort as soon as it passes Southwest Florida to be able to get out, recon the area, and identify areas where there may be a need of rescue services. And some of these counties obviously know where residents decided to hunker down in, so they're going to be looking there first. But this is going to be really, really important to be able to get, I think in Hurricane Michael, I mean, it took a few days to be able to get it to Mexico Beach. We have the air assets to be able to recon and know where the response efforts need to go. And so in total, we have nearly 250 aircraft, more than 1,600 high water vehicles, and more than 300 boats of all drafts and sizes, including 250 already in the major impacted areas and nearly 50 that are staged and ready to come in as needed. These include smaller rescue-oriented boats, airboats, and larger boats that will be delivering supplies by water if need be. I want to thank the 26 states that...
Well, Eddie M., you would have to ask him that. Hey, I find that a little bit humorous, but almost unacceptable. For real. You'd have to ask him that. Oh,
sent us support, including Tennessee, Virginia, Montana, New York, Colorado, Indiana, New Jersey, and Georgia. I just spoke with Kay Ivey from Alabama, and she's supporting sending some Black Hawk helicopters down to help. Governor Bill Lee in Tennessee fast-tracked a request that we had from Tennessee. We appreciate that. I was also just able to speak with John Bell Edwards from Louisiana. They've helped us. We said, hey, we've got a lot of experience in hurricanes recently, so these guys are good. Ask us. We want to send more. And so we really appreciate that consideration, and if we need that, we certainly will do that. We also understand that people that are displaced are going to need assistance, so the Department of Economic Opportunity has already deployed funding and guidance through community action agencies to help Floridians in need of short-term support.
All righty. I'm in this drink. That way this evening, say before dark, 6 o'clock this evening, everybody needs a break, y'all, especially you, Mike. You're always here. You spend a lot of time with me, and I really thank you, sir. Hopefully this evening we can get a bigger crowd in. I might even go back on my other channel. I'm not worried about donations or anything like that. Yeah, new people that hopefully have subscribed to the channel, and they'll be over there too. Maybe we'll get you see when I go live over there, we get 22, 24 people. And yeah, we need to get the word out, y'all, about all this. There's so much information out there now. A lot of live streams, a lot of videos. Maybe David Skywatch will put us something up. And like I say, I'll do it on the other channel. I need a break. I might even take a little hour nap or something, Anything's possible. But I need to get out. I need to water my dogs and, and do a couple things, feed them and stuff, and just take me a break. Yeah, there are tornadoes. Not just warnings, there have been some tornadoes. And there's tornado damage. And we know, or most of us know, the right of a tornado, say it comes to South Carolina, right of a hurricane. And see, that's something else, I got to get my mind straight. That right of a hurricane are a lot of tornadoes. Could be tornadoes. I'm going to check on this one more time because I want to see this. I want y'all to see it too. Let's play it. This is where, that way you'll know. All you got to do is turn the TV on, really, but that way it's documented on my video here too. Right where it's at. It's made landfall. It's up on land, as you can see. Right where they predicted. It's going up in this harbor. Or this bay area. And it's going to push that storm surge like in the next hour or 45 minutes. At high tide. I'd say when it's going to hit Orlando. I'd say, and I'm not a meteorologist, but from experience, I've watched these hurricanes when they go inland. I'd say there'd be catastrophic damage from where it's at right now all the way to Orlando. And yeah, they got the Walt Disney World closed down for the next 2 or 3 days. So depending on the damage and all that, how long that's going to stay closed. And I wanted to see this these things here. These radar, y'all. People don't believe me. But I believe it. Because I listened to another lady. I could show you proof of this lady. She talks about these radar. She's the one that's got me looking at these. This thing is full of radar frequency. The blue is the radar frequency. See the blue all up and down the Texas coast and in Texas and all across. That scattered blue is radar frequency. It's a powerful low beam frequency. It is. I learned a lot from that lady. And this thing here is full of that frequency. It's like they're doing something with that frequency. You'll see. There was like what, 6, 7 years ago, a little town here called Mexico City on the coast of Florida. When that hurricane hit, I believe it was Irma. When that hurricane hit, it hit at a Category 1. And it went in a couple miles. It's like they blew that city up and blamed it on the hurricane. That city was decimated. I hope this don't happen. They can do that. It's like these planes or something, or with these frequencies, whatever is causing it, they're dropping something and it just decimates the whole city, y'all. It sounds crazy, don't it? But if they really want to do something like that, they have the technology to do it. We'll see when this thing is over if this whole area is decimated or not. And I ain't talking about just by the flooding. I'm talking about what they would call and blame it on wind damage or whatever else. When this thing is over, we'll see the outcome of it. I'm not saying it will be. I just noted that little Mexico City town years ago was decimated. And that's the truth, y'all. All you got to do is Google it. For real. We'll see y'all about 6 o'clock. What time is it? 4:11. In a couple hours. I might be a few minutes after or something. But I'm going to try to do the best I can. I don't know. Depending on how good it goes, I could sit here all night. Or how bad the weather goes. I could sit here all night. I'm just saying. I want to keep an eye on this thing, and that's what it's all about. Thank y'all. We'll see you a little bit later, y'all.